Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So today we will be starting with chapter 4, Science 2, Environmental Management. Okay, so from this chapter you are having some revision part of 8th and 9th standard and some basic parts of environmental management. Okay, so this chapter you may read it and learn it. I will be reading the chapter and explaining the points. You may mark it in your textbook. Okay, now you may see page number 36. Can you recall what is ecosystem? What is ecosystem? An interaction between biotic and abiotic components is known as ecosystem. What do you mean by biotic? Biotic means living things and abiotic means non-living things. Which are the different components? The components include producers, consumers, decomposers. Okay, now second question. Which are the types of consumers? What are the criteria for their classification? So which are the type of consumers? You might be knowing this. Primary consumers, secondary consumers, apex consumers and omnivores. Primary consumers depend upon plants for their food. Secondary consumers depend upon primary consumers for their food, and apex consumers, okay, that is the tertiary consumers, feed on secondary consumers and the primary consumers also. What about omnivores? Omnivores are those organisms which feed on both plants and animals. We come under omnivores. Now, what are the criteria for their classification? The criteria for their classification is the food which they eat. For example, primary consumers feed on producers, that are the plants. Secondary consumers feed on primary consumers. Okay, so they are carnivorous, whether it is herbivorous, carnivorous or omnivorous. Okay, now the next question. What may be the relation between the lake and the birds on tree? Birds feed on fishes, so they are part of aquatic ecosystem also. Okay, so birds live on the tree, they feed on the fruits of the tree, they also feed on the fishes in the lake. So they are both parts of terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. What is the difference between food chain and food web? Now, what is a food chain? You might have learned this. Do you remember? Food chain is definite sequence of interaction between producers, consumers and decomposers. Okay. So, what is a food chain? It is a sequence of interaction between producers and consumers. And what is a food web? Food web is a network of food chains. Too many food chains are interconnected together to form a food web. Okay, you had studied this in chapter 7 of 9th standard. If you are having any doubt, you may refer to chapter 7, 9th standard. Now, the next is think and answer. There is a diagram given, figure 4.1. That diagram is asked this year also. Actually, that diagram you had it last year. This year also the question is asked. Write the name and category of each of the component shown in the picture. Okay, the names are grass, grasshopper, frog, snake, eagle and fungi. The grass forms the producers. What these are the categories? Grass forms the producers, grasshopper forms the primary consumer, the frog belongs to secondary consumer, tertiary consumer is the snake, apex consumer is the eagle and fungi is the decomposer. Second question. What is necessary to convert this picture into food web? What is necessary? This is a single food chain. The diagram which has been shown is a single food chain which consists of producer, consumer and decomposer. If you want to convert it into a food web, you have to include more animals into it. Okay, you have to add more animals. Why? Because food web is an interconnection, okay, network of different organisms of different food chains? Okay, now the answers are given in the notes. You may refer to the notes for the answers and write in your textbook itself. Now, what is an ecosystem? You may underline the definition of ecosystem. Page number 36. Ecosystem, a review. What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is formed by biotic and abiotic factors and their interactions with each other. What do you mean by biotic factors? Biotic factors means living things and abiotic factors means non-living things. So what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is an interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. Okay, so it consists of different food chains and food web. You have studied about herbivores, carnivores and omnivores, okay, and decomposers. So all of them are interacting in an ecosystem. Now on page number 36 there is a box with the heading think. If fallen foliage in forest, dead trees and carcasses in and around villages had not been decomposed for years, what would have happened? If it had not been decomposed, then the biogeochemical cycles would not have occurred. Do you remember biogeochemical cycle? So whatever nutrients we get from the atmosphere like carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Last year you had carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. Okay, those cycles would not have occurred. If it would not have occurred, what would have happened? The nutrient cycle, that is the biogeochemical cycles, would not have occurred and it would lead to imbalance in ecosystem. Now there is a question on Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. This question was asked in one of the schools. Okay, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. The meaning of it is one living being is the food for another. Okay, so one living organism is food for another living organism. So all of them are interdependent on each other. That is the meaning. Now, can you recall questions? Page number 36 towards the end you may see. Which are the different trophic levels in a food chain? So do you remember about trophic levels? The different trophic levels are producers at the which forms the lowest level, and then above that primary consumers, which forms the first trophic level, then the secondary consumers, which form the second trophic level, and so on. Okay, so which are the different trophic levels? The different trophic levels are producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, apex consumers, omnivores, etc. Next, what is an energy pyramid? Do you remember energy pyramid? It is in the shape of a pyramid. At the base of the pyramid there are producers, above that primary consumers and secondary consumers. So what is an energy pyramid? An energy pyramid represents the arrangement of living organisms according to the flow of energy. You may see the answer in your notes also. An energy pyramid represents the arrangement of living organisms according to the flow of energy. This flow of energy at each trophic level, okay, the flow of energy at each trophic level in the ecosystem. You had studied last year the energy flow is unidirectional. The energy which we get from the sun, that means which is taken up by the plants, is never returned back to the sun. Okay, now we may move on to page number 37. In the box there is a question. Let's think. A bird building nest on a tree feed upon the fishes in nearby pond. Whether this bird is part of both, that is tree as well as pond ecosystem? Yes. I repeat, this we have done in can you recall question also on page number 36. The bird feeds upon the tree, fruits on the trees, and also feeds upon the fishes in the lake. So it is a part of both terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. That is the pond ecosystem. Now, complete the chart. Fill up the blank boxes and display the completed chart in the classroom. Okay, now this chart is asked. Okay, you may learn the chart. It is about ecosystem. Ecosystem consists of two components, abiotic components and biotic components. You may fill in the boxes whatever has been shown now in your textbooks. Abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components consist of two factors, physical factor and chemical factor. Physical factor consists of air, water vapor, minerals, soil, sunlight. And chemical factors. Under chemical factors you may write nutrients and salts. Nutrients and salts. Nutrients and salts are divided into two, inorganic substances and organic substances. Under organic substances you have proteins, carbohydrates and fats, and under inorganic substances you have hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, sodium and potassium. Now, the biotic components. Biotic components is divided into two, autotrophic, heterotrophic. You know the meaning of autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic means which can carry out photosynthesis, and heterotrophic means which cannot carry out photosynthesis. Under autotrophic they have written producer. Below that you may write plants. So plants are producers. Heterotrophic, there are two columns, animals and decomposers. Actually the animals should have been written below, but you may write in the box consumers. Animals are consumers. And consumers are divided into three: primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. And decomposers, what are the examples of decomposers? Fungi, bacteria and microbes. Okay, you may fill in the boxes. Now, on page number 37, below the chart, there is a question, 3-mark question. Paddy is cultivated on large scale in various states of South India. Paddy fields are frequently attacked by grasshoppers. Similarly, frogs are also present in large number in the mud of paddy fields to feed upon grasshoppers, and snakes are also present therein to feed upon their favorite food, frogs. First of all, what is paddy? The cultivation of rice is called as paddy. I repeat, the cultivation of rice is called as paddy. Now the question is, however, if frog population declines all of a sudden, then what will happen? What will be the effect on paddy crop? What will be the effect on paddy crop? The production of paddy will decrease. Okay, the production of paddy will decrease. Number of which consumers will decline and which will increase? Grasshoppers will increase and snakes will decrease. Why? Because frogs are eating up the grasshoppers. So if there are no frogs, then the grasshoppers will increase, and what will happen to snakes? The snakes will decrease. What will be the overall effect on that ecosystem? Increasing grasshoppers will destroy the paddy crops and there will be imbalance of ecosystem. So you may note the answers, you may write the answers there itself. This is an important 3-mark question which is asked in several papers. Okay, so we will repeat. What will be the effect on paddy crop? The production of paddy will decrease. Number of which consumers will decline and which will increase? Grasshoppers will increase and snakes will decrease. What will be the overall effect on that ecosystem? Increasing grasshoppers will destroy paddy crops and there will be imbalance of ecosystem. I am giving you the answers. You may write the answers in the textbook itself or in your notebook. Now, can you tell on the same page what is environment? What is included in the environment? Now, environment, the answer, the definition is there in the next paragraph. Physical, chemical and biological factors affecting the living organisms in any possible way. is collectively called as an environment? You may mark this. This is the answer even this question is asked. Physical, chemical and biological factors affecting the living organisms in any possible way is collectively called as environment. What is included in the environment? Below that you may mark it includes many biotic, abiotic, natural and artificial factors. It includes many biotic, abiotic, natural and artificial factors. So, what is environment? It is physical, chemical and biological factors affecting the living organisms in any possible way is collectively called as an environment. So, for us, there are several factors which influence our lives. Okay, our life. So those factors, it could be physical, it could be chemical and it is biological also. So all those factors which are affecting our life, it is said to be environment, and it includes many biotic, abiotic, natural and artificial factors. Now we may move on to the next page, page number 38. In the first paragraph, you may mark the definition of ecology. Another question. Ecology, the science that deals with the study of interactions between biotic and abiotic factors of the environment is called as ecology. You may mark, I repeat, the science that deals with the study of interactions between biotic and abiotic factors of the environment is called as ecology. Basic functional unit used to study the ecology is called as ecosystem. That is not the definition of ecosystem, but it could be asked as a fill in the blank question. Basic functional unit used to study the ecology is called as an ecosystem. Okay, you may mark it could be a fill in the blank. In the next paragraph, there is another fill in the blank. Environment consists of many ecosystems. We have studied about ecosystems. You might be remembering terrestrial ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. Okay, so a pond is an ecosystem whereas the earth is the largest ecosystem. Underline, earth is the largest ecosystem. Now, can you recall question? Which cycles are operated in environment? The answer is in the paragraph below. The paragraph below is the answer for that. Which cycles are operated in the environment? What is their importance? Environmental balance is maintained through continuous operation of various natural cycles like water cycle, carbon cycle and gaseous cycles like nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, etc. Okay, so the environmental balance, what do you mean by balance of environment? The balance of environment means whatever contents are present in the atmosphere or in the soil or in the atmosphere. For example, the concentration of carbon dioxide, the concentration of nitrogen, the concentration of iron in the soil, in the atmosphere, all of this has to be maintained. So to maintain that level, the biogeochemical cycles should be working properly. It should not be imbalanced. So the question is, which cycles are operated in the environment? There are several cycles like water cycle, carbon cycle, gaseous cycles like nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, etc. What is its importance? Its importance is that if it is not maintained, it will cause imbalance in the ecosystem. You may underline till environmental balance is also maintained due to various food chains of ecosystem. Now in the box, another question. The question is, we have got this earth planet on lease from our future generations and not as an ancestral property from our ancestors. The meaning of that statement is that we should not act as if the earth is our own property, only our property. Our means human beings. Okay, earth is not the property of human beings only. There are several other organisms which are living on the surface of the earth. Even they have to remain alive. So we should consider them also when we do our activities. That is the meaning. I will read out the paragraph. Human existence is totally impossible without the existence of nature. Hence, it is the basic responsibility of human being to preserve the nature without disturbing its balance. It is said that we have got this earth planet on lease from our future generations and not as an ancestral property from our ancestors. Hence, we should not forget to conserve it for ourselves and for future generations. Okay. Now the next is environmental conservation. Page number 38, heading environmental conservation. Conservation means maintenance. Okay, so the environment should be conserved. Environment should be maintained properly. Which factors affect the environment? Biotic and abiotic factors affect the environment. How? Because there is interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. What will happen if the number of consumers in the environment goes on increasing gradually? What will happen? The producers will decrease. It will cause imbalance in ecosystem and producers will decrease. The answer is it will cause imbalance in ecosystem and the producers will decrease. What will be the effect of industry established on river bank on the river ecosystem? Okay, consider there is an industry which is established on a river bank. So whatever waste water is given out of the industries, they let it outside, they let it go outside, they dispose of their wastewater into the rivers. So what will happen? It will cause water pollution. So answer is wastewater disposed causes water pollution, disturbing the aquatic food chain. I repeat, wastewater disposed causes water pollution, disturbing the aquatic food chain. Now the paragraph below you may mark, when some natural factors of environment and some artificial polluted factors harm the environment, it creates imbalance between various factors of the environment and ultimately affects the existence of biotic factors. So there should be a balance. There should be a balance in between the natural factors of the environment so that the artificial factors are not affected. Now observe and fill the information. You may fill this in your textbooks. Page number 38, factors affecting the environment. This chart is a frequently asked question, a very easy question to score. Factors affecting the environment. Natural factors include earthquakes, flood, drought, cyclone, storm, volcanic eruptions, landslides, etc. That means the factors which occur naturally. Next is man-made factors like deforestation, population explosion, overexploitation of natural resources, industrialization, urbanization, mining, etc. Okay, I repeat, natural factors like earthquakes, flood, drought, cyclone, storm, volcanic eruptions, landslides. Man-made factors like deforestation, population explosion, overexploitation of natural resources, and industrialization, urbanization, mining, etc. Page number 39. What is meant by environmental pollution? There is a question. What is meant by environmental pollution? You may mark unnecessary and unacceptable change in the surrounding environment, due to natural events or human activities is called as environmental pollution. Okay, so the pollution caused to the environment due to human activities or natural events. I repeat, unnecessary and unacceptable change in the surrounding environment due to natural events or human activities is called as environmental pollution. That is, direct or indirect changes in physical, chemical, and biological properties of air, water, and soil which will be harmful to human and other living beings is environmental pollution. You may mark both but learn any of those two. Okay, the one which you feel is easier, you may learn that definition. What is environmental pollution? Now, can you recall questions below? Which are the types of pollution? The answer is there in the next paragraph. Various types of pollutions like air, water, sound, soil, thermal, light, okay, pollution. These are the different types of pollution. Okay, now the next, what do we mean by natural and artificial pollution? Okay, so natural pollution is the pollution which is caused due to natural events, and artificial pollution is the pollution which is caused due to artificial events, that means human activities. So that is natural events and artificial events. What do we mean by natural and artificial pollution? The natural pollution is caused due to natural events and artificial pollution is caused due to artificial events. Okay, now the diagram figure 4.2, it is about fog and pollution in the city, which is a problem. Okay, they will give you the diagram, they can give you the diagram and ask what it is and what can you write about it. Okay, so fog and pollution in the city, it is due to pollution. Which type of pollution? It is artificial pollution. Okay, it is artificial pollution, it is caused due to human or man-made activities. Now there is a chart below, complete the chart. Water pollution and soil pollution in detail in earlier classes. Based on that, complete the following chart. Okay, now this is the chart. You may complete the chart in your textbook itself. You may write small points, you don't have to write all the points. Whatever you find it easier, you may write, but minimum 3 points you may write. First we will see air pollution. What are the components which causes air pollution? The gases like CO2, CO, that is carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, sulfur, nitrogen dioxide, it is NO2 actually, hydrogen sulfides, etc. Solid materials like dust, ash, carbon, lead, asbestos, etc. These are the components which cause air pollution. Now what is the source? From where do all these components come from? The source of pollution is vehicles, chemical industries, pesticides and chlorofluoroquinones. Okay, it is CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, it is actually CFC from refrigerator, road mix material, etc. So several activities which are done by human beings is a source of pollution, that is air pollution. Now what are the effects? Irritation of eyes, inflammation of respiratory tract, respiratory disorder, cancer, tuberculosis, acid rain. Acid rain is one of the most important effects. Don't forget to write about acid rain. Irritation of eyes, inflammation of respiratory tract, respiratory disorders, cancer, acid rain. So you have got 4. Now the next is control measures. Control measures, okay, the first one, use well tuned machinery, okay, good machinery. prevent incomplete oxidation, that is incomplete burning, minimize the use of pesticides, construct tall chimneys, encourage tree plantation and cultivation. Any four you may write, small points you may write and learn. Now we may move on to the next, that is water pollution. The components include ammonia, free chlorine, okay, which we use for disinfection of water, hydrogen sulfide, oxygen, hot water which is given out from industries, okay, from industries they give out, they dispose hot water into the rivers, hot water, color, soap, wax, mercury, etc. You may write any points which you understand, but minimum 3 or 4 is needed. Ammonia, free chlorine, hydrogen sulfide, oxygen, hot water, color, soap, wax, mercury, etc. Now the source, you may see they have given the sources like industrial waste, domestic waste, sewage, chemicals discharged from industries, pesticides used in agriculture. Now the effect, you may write inflammation in the abdomen, okay, in our abdomen or in the abdomen of, what do you mean by abdomen? Abdomen is the stomach part of our body. Inflammation in the abdomen, the death of fishes die, loss of brain power. Below that you may write degradation of aquatic ecosystem and transmission of diseases, okay, degradation of aquatic ecosystem, transmission of diseases, degradation of aquatic ecosystem, transmission of diseases to humans, okay, due to water pollution. What are the control measures? The control measures: do not waste water, do not release hot water into water bodies because it will kill the fishes and other organisms in rivers. Industrial effluents should be treated. What do you mean by effluents? Effluents means the waste water which is given out from industries. Industrial effluents means the waste water which is given out from industries. So industrial effluents should be treated. Not to use pesticides or insecticides in the agriculture. Next, you may write sewage treatment and prevent water pollution. Sewage treatment. Okay. Now about soil pollution. What are the components? The components include leftover food, paper scraps, old clothes, because all these take several years to decompose, like cloths, bottles, plastic, etc. And pesticides, radioactive materials, biomedical waste, okay, these are the components. Now the source include mines, metallurgy, that is industries which work on extraction of metals, thermal power stations, domestic waste, hospitals, okay. So these are the sources of soil pollution. Effect: soil erosion, retarded growth of plants and crops, nutritional deficiency, etc. These are the effects. Control measures include restrict the use of plastics. Wet garbage should be given treatment to make manure from it. Manure means fertilizer. Do not litter public places. Plantation and cultivation of trees. And one more you may write reduce, reuse and recycle. So these are the points which you have to remember, especially the effects and control measures you have to learn. Learn the effects and control measures of air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. It could be a question which is asked, a personal response question, PRQ questions, which is based on your lower classes. Okay, so you may write, you may fill in all your charts which has been given in the textbook, and the questions like can you tell, can you recall, okay, this is important. You may do it today itself. Okay, thank you.